Why am I sitting?
Okay.
What is
so in summary, you know the hear word. So that's a red flag.
Settle, but anyways.
Wait, did she say they will pay you?
PR, is this free PR? No, guys, they will pay me.
You're on my podcast, young woman. God doesn't have a problem with you having money. God has a problem with money having you. See, two things can be true simultaneously. I can pursue after God and still make money. Don't feel guilty for wanting that. All right, so like I always ask all my guests, when did you give your life to Christ?
Okay. I can't think there's like a particular time per se where I would say I gave my life to Christ.
Sister, that's a red flag.
No, but I didn't necessarily say,
okay, you didn't necessarily give it, you snatched it.
Settle, but anyways, I can't say this is like the point where I gave my life to Christ, but I can say there were situations leading to giving my life to Christ. Growing up in a Christian home, of course, you go to church every Sunday, you hear the word of God, but at some points, it's usually university, guys. It's not me, it's the university. It's not me. It's usually the university.
You threw yourself away in the university. Was that it?
Not necessarily true. I still had my morals because, of course, from a Nigerian home, you remember, you always hear that your mother's voice.
Remember the daughter of whom you are.
Oh, so you already have that.
Do you want sugar?
Please, sir, I do.
I like that. How many?
Like, okay, 3.
3 cubes. Have you ever heard of diabetes before? Okay, so in the university, what happened?
I just did not go to church as much as I would do when I am home.
Okay.
Because...
Why? Why does that always happen? Why do you think that people explore freedom from church especially when they enter into the university?
It's the why. Like, I was having a conversation yesterday with my mom and I was like, okay, you guys give all these rules and I know it's for our good. Honestly, I wish I would raise my kids in their time, but anyways, it's for our good. But then,
what does that mean? You wish you raise your kids in their time?
Because they were your auntie outside.
You wish you raise your kids in the time that your parents raised you.
Exactly.
Okay,
there were a lot of society, customs, religion, and all those things. Anyway, you guys. So I was asking her, like, you guys gave these rules and it's for our good and it has shaped us. Thank you so much.
You have some bread. You can go ahead.
Okay. So it has shaped us to being the people that we are now.
Okay.
But why though? Why can't we wear trousers? Why can't we keep our hair as guys? Why can't guys pierce their ears? Why? Because there is no reason to it. We just feel like these are rules given to us by our parents that don't necessarily mean if we do them, we are bad people.
Okay.
So now I feel like at that point where you have that, should I say space or
where you can explore
and just make your own decisions in our mind, without consequences, although there is. Did the devil use that point to creep in the wrong way?
Is it necessarily the devil though? Because from what I'm hearing, because a lot of people would describe that phase as a phase of rebellion. But from what I'm hearing, it's not as much rebellion as it is exploration, as it is curiosity. And the thing with curiosity is that it killed the cat. and so it has the potential to kill. But then every great innovation starts with curiosity. And so it has the potential to either grow or kill. So I don't think it necessarily has to be the devil that leads people into that phase. I think many times the curiosity leads people into that phase and then the devil capitalizes on the curiosity. What do you think?
It makes so much sense now that you put it into that perspective.
So do you think that the devil capitalized on your curiosity?
Yeah, I think so.
How so? Tell me one thing that the devil caused you to do.
I did not go to church.
Okay, you didn't go to church.
I didn't go to church.
For how long? Through your university years?
If I went to church through my university years, that would be like, I can count them with one hand, the number of times I went.
That's less than 5 times.
Okay. It's more than 5 times, but
Okay.
Was I really in church? I was in the building, but was I in church?
Okay.
I don't know if that makes sense.
I understand
I'm
what
in
you're
the church
saying.
building, but was I in the church?
I get it.
So if I count
what
the
school
times,
did you go to?
Ebonyi State University.
Okay, because the school I went to, I don't think that's possible. They will
That
expel you. They will expel you fast. Like you will go home very fast since you don't want to go to church.
Yeah.
Okay, but what do you think? What do you think was your turning point? What changed your mind about church and God?
Guys, this is not advertising church or anything, but when I came to Circle Church, that time we're still having our evening service.
I just wanted to say the name of the church again.
Circle Church Global, guys.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you.
PR. They will
Thank
pay
you. The
me.
pastor is a very good pastor. I know him.
No, he
personally.
He bang.
All right, please carry on.
He do bang. So when I came
Wait, did she say they will pay you?
PR, is this free PR? No, guys, they will pay
You're
me.
on my podcast, young woman. Carry on, please.
So when I came into Circle Church, because I already have this notion of how Christians are, and I'm like, I beg, this is not me. This is not, from what you can see, I'm a very playful person, and I'm not really the type to sit down here. I'll be like, okay, I'm sitting, then why am I sitting?
Okay.
What is,
so in
what
summary,
is
you know
this?
they hear word.
I did hear word to the extent
For our American audience, it means that she's stubborn. She's
I'm not,
recalcitrant. That's what it
very
means.
good.
Please carry on.
I'm a good child. So when I came into Circle Church, I saw that they were answering the why questions. So it made me feel like, okay, it's not really about church. It's just where I was at the time.
Okay.
And then if I wanted to know the answer to things, I can actually look into my Bible and I would get the answer. And because I had access to my pastors, like for instance, this is my very cool pastor here. I can ask him questions and then he would give me answers and say, okay, this is what I think. This is what I think. I think I might be wrong, but you can check it. That space of, I think I might be wrong. It just gives you this point of, oh, he's actually human. It's not really I respect him as a pastor, but I think he can be wrong. So I'll do my research. In the process of doing your own research, it's like carrot and stick. They are dragging you in with the carrot, and then the word of God is doing the beating and flogging out of the stubbornness. Where did you get? So I think that's like the whole. So there's no particular time, but there's a process.
Is there any reason why you haven't tasted your tea yet? Are you running away from the tea?
No, not one. You said
because you said you were a tea person.
Bitter. You said it's bitter.
I didn't say it's bitter. I said it might be.
This is me testing it, guys. This is moments of truth. Guys, he banged. He's really nice.
You're welcome.
Really
You can
nice,
have
really
bread
nice.
with it.
Thank
You came here with a question. I mean, that's what we do on this podcast. First of all, do you solemnly swear to not take it easy with me?
Yes, I do.
All right. So ask your question. What's your question?
So I was trying as much as possible not to go too Christian-y into this, but I don't know how to do that again. So I'm just going to ask, we're talking about taming your appetites, your desires and everything from James, the book of James 1:9 to be precise. And now I want to sort of create a balance in my head. And okay, so finishing school in Nigeria, you know how the economy is, and as a young person, you would want to make a name for yourself, sort of. You want to do something. You want to make an impact, not necessarily an impact, but you want to be able to
have money
and do things for the people that sent you to school, so that you not look like a wasted effort. So where do you draw the line between wanting to make a name for yourself and then that just being your desire or a temptation? I don't know how to make that come into one question. I don't know.
I think that two things must be conversed about or must be spoken about when we are talking about the transition from desire to temptation. Desire is good. Desire is usually God-given. Desire is natural. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Temptation is the enticing of the devil based on his knowledge of your natural desires. Do you understand? So Um, let me even go. Let me go to an extreme and use sexual desire. Sexual desire is good. It's beautiful. It's given by God. Do you understand? At a particular age, your body starts to secrete hormones that begin to crave physical intimacy. Do you understand? And that's really God's design. There's nothing in it like bad about that. However, the devil sees that desire, knows what it is, and he tries as much as possible to pervert it by directing it to things that directing it to a fulfillment that does not bring glory to God. So God's design is you crave physical intimacy, you meet someone, and the both of you live together forever, and you are committed to one another, and in that way your physical intimacy needs and desires can be fulfilled within the dictates of his design. But the devil then says, who told you that you need to be with only one person? Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Who told you that you have to go through the whole process of marriage? That's the way temptation and desires work. So the desires are not in themselves evil, but the desires are the raw material that the devil will work with to create sin. Do you understand? So, for instance, hunger is not a bad thing. I mean, it is, you know what I mean? It is bad because you need to eat, but it is not in itself an evil thing. The desire for food. In fact, you know what? Leave hunger. Food, the desire for food, just natural food that you see food and you're like, that looks good, I want to eat it. It's not a bad thing. Do you understand? But when we allow our desire for the sweetness of food turn into gluttony, so there is no check on how much food I eat. Do you get? So at this point, I am now expressing that desire in a way that does not bring glory to God. This really is, you see, this place is where sin is developed and it grows and becomes a monster. So I finished school, for instance, and I really want to, take care of my parents. I mean, they sent me to school, right? There's nothing wrong with that. Absolutely nothing. And so this drives me to hustle, and I have ambition. There's nothing wrong with ambition. Ambition is good. Anybody who doesn't have ambition has a problem. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
So I have an ambition. There's something driving me inside, something making me want to make money. That's okay. But what the devil does, and he does it so subtly, so much so that you are no longer able to distinguish the desire from the temptation. Because now you think that once I have this desire, then I am being tempted. It's the way the average Christian thinks that when they have sexual desires, it's a temptation. It is not. Your body is asking you for something that it is supposed to ask you for. You know? Now, how you express that thing is where the temptation is. Do you get?
Yes.
So, I want to make money to take care of my parents. That's natural. That's fine. I have an ambition. I want to live a comfortable life. That's also fine. There's nothing wrong with wanting to be comfortable in life. But when the devil now makes you start to see money as your God, such that money now becomes the most important thing in your life, like this guy said, if you don't make money, waiting we gain. Now, that desire has turned into sin because temptation came in. When you are willing to do just about anything for money, it has turned into sin because temptation came in. When your desire for money is greater than your desire for God, it has turned into sin. Do you see how it is? It's always so subtle. When you start to define yourself by the presence of money or the lack of it thereof, your desire has turned into temptation. There is nothing wrong. Think of this story. Think of Solomon's story. Think of the fact that the Lord said, ask of me anything you want. And Solomon asks for wisdom. And a lot of us today think that the proper answer to that question of ask of me anything you want is, Lord, I just want more of you. Take away everything and just give me you.
It's quite cliche.
Solomon was practical. A kingdom has just been thrust into my laps. My father was a great king. Everyone loved the guy. So I have massive shoes to fill. And I don't know how to fill it. So I just ask you, give me the wisdom to lead these people. Do you understand what I'm saying? A lot of people will think that, the right answer to that question is some pious, overly sanctimonious answer. That, Lord, I don't want money, take away gold, take away the fame and the women, and Lord, just give me you. Okay. Only you. God didn't create you to function like that. You know how I know? Because even after Solomon asked for wisdom, the Lord said, you didn't ask me for money. Because you didn't ask me for money, I will give you money. I will give you wealth. So, God doesn't have a problem with you having money. God has a problem with money having you. Do you see? I'll give you wealth. I'll give you wisdom, but I'm going to give you wealth as well. I'm going to give you money as well. Do you see? God on his own came to Abraham and said, look, as far as your eyes can see, I'll give to you. So God even many times stirs up all these desires in your heart. Do you get? So the fact that I want to take care of my parents and I want to make money and I want to get things is not a bad thing. Don't feel guilty for wanting that. People will jokingly say your mates are touching God. You are here looking for it. Two things can be true simultaneously. I can pursue after God and still make money. Do you understand? My pursuit for God must define how I pursue money. Do you understand? There are things that I can't do in my pursuit of money because I am pursuing after God. So my pursuit for God is defining how I'm pursuing money. Okay. My pursuit for God defines how far I pursue money.
Okay.
Do you get? Yes. Because I'm pursuing after God, I heard an illustration that I think is one of the most perfect illustrations for what it means to be God conscious. And this was the person's illustration. If you successfully balance an egg on your head, every decision you make going forward will be made with the knowledge that there is an egg on your head that must not fall. Do you understand? So I won't just get up. Other people might just spring up from their chairs, but I'm going to get up like this.
Because of
the egg that is on my head that must not fall. Every other person is sprinting away, but I'm going to walk step by step because of the egg that is on my head that must not fall. There is an option to crouch through somewhere and slide down and you will get to the finish line fast. And there is another option to walk round. Now, I can crouch and slide, but I know if I crouch and slide, that egg will fall. So I'm going to take the longer route. Why? Because there is an egg on my head that must not fall. The only reason why I would not care if the egg falls if I don't value that egg. So there is nothing wrong with pursuing after money. There is nothing wrong with desiring fame. Even fame, nothing wrong with it. But there is an egg on your head that must not fall. And so all my desires, all my pursuits must be dictated by that egg that is on my head. And of course, I'm speaking about Christ. And the love and fellowship that I have with God in my heart. So yeah, that's it.
Okay. That was so profound because I had a second question, but the question, the answer you gave just summed everything up. Because there is this saying of, oh, you dey follow God too much. Where do you actually have time to go to work and say now God go bring man I can't give you? Of course there is that. So now there is, okay, I want to follow God. But of course I don't want to be a beggar, because people will run away from me if I beg for transport every day to church. At the same time, I want to make money. And then let's say, for instance, it's a Wednesday service, and then your boss wants you to do something, and you leave service and then you go to work. Does that mean your desires are not set straight, or it's just...
I think that question is ambiguous. Here's why. I don't think that it is necessarily a problem to leave service to attend to a work issue. You know what? Let me phrase it like this. If you are a doctor, you are a cardiologist, so you deal with the heart.
Yeah.
And you were in the middle of Wednesday service, and you received a call that there's a child who needs an open heart surgery now. Would it be wrong for you to step out of service to go
Step out
and cater to that child? But that's work, you see, that's work. So I don't think it is a blanket statement. I think that the answer to that question depends on precedence. It depends on precedence. If a member of our church comes to tell me, Pastor, I can't be in church on Sunday because I have to travel for work, and I've tried but I can't wriggle out of it, there's nothing wrong with that. But if you always choose work over church, there's a problem now. If you always choose work over God, there's a problem. I don't know if you see it.
I see.
It's like a relationship. And always think of your relationship with God in terms of a relationship. If your boyfriend comes to tell you that, oh, my dear, I know we're supposed to go out this evening, but I'm on work choke. Nothing wrong with that. Okay, no problem. When you are done, I beg message me. Do you understand? But if every evening you are supposed to go out, every time you are supposed to hang out, every time you are supposed to do something together, work is choking, there will be a problem, right? Precedence. Do you get what I'm saying? So, choosing God is not just about what you do in the action. It's about a choice to continue to choose Him. Do you get? So, I may have to step out now for work, but God sees my heart. My heart is still in service. My heart is still with Him. And men may judge me and say, oh, you're not serious. You don't really love God. But I do, and I know that I do. But if every time I now have to step out for work, every single time, then we can now start to call to question some of your claims about loving God. Do you understand? Let me say this. Imagine what people think life looks like is, I have a spiritual life. I have a relationship life. I have an academic life. I have a business career. And I have something else. Give me one more.
Fun, social life.
Social life. Good. And so I must find a way to balance all these aspects of my life, one with another. Do you understand? And so I'm trying to balance my spiritual life with my academic life, with my career, with my business, with my social life. But what really is that you have one life. And all these things are aspects of your life. I can choose to give this entire life to myself, and therefore run everything inside of it the way I want to. Or I can hand it over to God. And the social life, the academic life, the career, the business, all of those things will be in God. And so when I'm making a decision for my social life, it will never not be a decision that would influence my spiritual life. Because you see, I have just one life, this, and it is spiritual. And every decision I will make for my social life will flow
into this
from the spiritual life that I currently have. Do you understand? So the real balance is not even a balance at all. It's a total, absolute takeover.
Balance is a myth, guys.
So yeah, I hope that answered your
Yeah,
questions.
it does.
All right.
It does.
Thank you so much for being on my podcast with me today. Hope you learned one or two things. I hope you guys also learned one or two things. Here is what we will be discussing on the next show. I'm a prophet without address. I like how you said the older generation of Christians, then you now say we.
Oh, my bad.
A new convert has no business joining the children's church department. It is a common thing to have a lot of people who are workers in the local assembly and who are people who serve but are not good Christians. There's a problem when skill is given a stage without proper training. You may not thrive spiritually in a big church. You might thrive better in a growing church